This is so weird. Day, well, one, I guess. First day after shaving. Now, granted, I did not razor shave, but I got like super tight with the trimmer. That is so wild. That's what's happening.
Hello, day 2. I'm calling this day 2. I shaved on Sunday, Monday, day 1, Tuesday, day 2. And I took my first shower after having shaved, and wow, it was actually pretty cool. I love the feeling. It's so incredibly liberating to get out of the shower and not have the whole process ahead of me. The drying and the hair and the curling and the sprays and oh my God, it was mandatory. And as I was in the shower, I was thinking, gosh, my goal here, like if it really goes to the ideal, my dream has always been, outside of having long hair, but we're letting that one go, is to be able to get out of the shower or out of the pool or out of the ocean or out of water and not be absolutely a necessity to have a blow dryer to lift and shape. And God, I was so envious of people that just get out and like, la, 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 and it dries by itself and it's natural, it's lovely. Never in my entire life. It once I'm in the water, which prohibited me a lot of times from being in the water, because coming out was gone. It was over, never to be gotten again without all the product. And God, people that don't have to put hairspray on their hair because it just does. No, I put hairspray on my hair and it still gets screwed up. This is the dream. God, I'm asking a lot, I know, of just a head of hair that was created in a certain way, and potentially it won't be any different, but I'm going to work this out. So as this goes on, I'm realizing that I'm not going to just give you a snapshot of each day as it progresses. Some folks did that, and bless them. I mean, that was very helpful. Very cool to see in a timeline really quickly, like this was the evolution. But this will be more of an intimate engagement. And so a lot about me will essentially come out because that's how this process is going to go. And part of it is that I am an integrative quantum medicine practitioner, IQM. That's how I will refer to it. It is a energetic communication with spirit, basically. It taps into your higher self, gives you answers, gives you healing, gives you control over making corrections and alterations and healings. And I will list all these things, I guess, as I go in the description, so that if you're interested, you can go find out all the things that I have done, play with, have been experimenting with already. So IQM is an integral part of my daily, hourly life. It was a wonderful liberation of decision making for my brain, for my actual thought processes, which I limit, as much as possible now, and turn it over to gut, which corresponds with your highest good. It is your higher self. And so IQM uses muscle testing as a guide to that communication, which also then starts, I've found over the many years of doing it, that it heightens or makes louder your intuition. Everyone has it. Everyone gets those messages, and you get that hit of something. A lot of times I will get the hit of what my fingers, which is muscle testing, will tell me ahead of time. And then it makes you think, oh, well, did I just think it? And so now my fingers are giving me that because that's what I expect or that's what I want. That is something that people trip into early on in the practice. But more and more, I think it's the guidance that gets downloaded quicker than you can even check to see. So that is a lot more information than this was necessarily meant to be, but that is how I check to see everything. What I checked to see if I was supposed to do this, honest to God, like for a long time, because it kept saying yes, and I kept going, are you sure? And so I kept checking, and I kept getting a resounding yes. And when I say resounding yes, it's a simple process of an O-ring made by my form is thumb and forefinger, and then using the thumb of the other finger to press against. And yes is when it just literally, the muscles, it will not break. And no is when you can't hold them together. It just is that. And if you've ever heard of kinesiology or worked with a practitioner, I did before I even did this, that used muscle testing to determine which supplements to use or which brands. And so it's a simple, like you put your arm out, and someone will then try and take your arm down, muscle like resistance. And if you've ever done it, it's crazy. Someone will push on you with something bad or weakening, and in your hand or in your thoughts, and your arm will just literally fall out from under you, as if you are a complete, like you have no strength. Otherwise, if it's good, you can't take it down. So that's the 2-person way of doing it, and this is the 1-person, your own individual self way of doing it. So I check everything. I check what I eat. I check what products I get. I go to the grocery, and I'm this, so all the time. So today, as I came out from now a warm shower, oh, that was another thing. Typically I do a cold shot, which I detest. I hate cold, and I love a warm, hot shower. Hot, hot, hot. I love hot. I love heat. I hate cold. And so to do this has always been a torture, and it's never gotten any better. But as Louise Mita, the founder of Integrated Quantum Medicine, teacher extraordinaire of many things health related, she's helped a lot of people through cancers and various things that she recommends doing, like a lot of other, like even in massage, the hot cold method, or healing when you have an injury, heat then cold. In a shower, you heat up and then hit it with a cold shot. A lot of people will do it just for hair, just because it's common to, you close the follicles and it keeps the oils in and kind of seals it up. I always do that. It actually did make my hair more full, like it would flop otherwise, look really flop if I didn't do it. But then from her guidance, I do my whole body, and it is how I start a torturous day. I try to think it's going to be great. It actually feels great, but that mind over matter is not working for me. But nonetheless, I do it. And what I got today was that in my current scalp situation, it actually needs to stay warm. It doesn't need the cold shot. It doesn't need to close down. It needs to stay open. So I kept the warmth from the shower on my head, and I did actually go through the cold shot for the rest of my body. It stimulates all the systems, and so and the skin and all the things. So anyway, but what I did get to do on my head, the only thing that I was meant to treat it with this morning is a vitamin C serum. So I'm just gonna cover my head in this. And then I won't do, I've kind of gotten that HERS hair growth treatment that is meant for before bed, basically, a bit before bed so it can dry. But that is a through the night situation. So this will be my daytime. I have put some moisturizers on, tallow or coconut oil before, which might become part of a later routine, but right now I guess it's just trying to stay open. All of my new little shoots coming through. So next I'm going to show you a really cool, well, it was a necessity. I don't have my hair wraps yet that I ordered. I'm really not wanting to wear the wig quite yet because it does need trimming, and there's just things that are in my face and it's making it aggravating, and I don't want to start off being aggravated with my wig. So I'm gonna wait to get that done and before I really wear it on a daily. So it's really cold. It's 17 degrees today, for God's sakes. So I'm gonna, I have some hats, but they're a bit, more than I want to be dealing with on a daily basis, trying to do my work. So I actually had to go rifling through my clothes that I have here at the lake house and found a t-shirt. It actually is perfect. I wore it yesterday and I'm surprised at how fabulous it turned out. It's just a long sleeve, very thin, with a little hoodie. So, and I know I've got multiples of these, so I know it'll work out to do others. So you don't have to have exactly this one, obviously. I think it would work with any kind of probably regular t-shirt, but it helps to have the hoodie. And yeah, I'll show you, but it works multiple ways. Like there's not one way to follow set instructions to get it on there. But this is kind of the gist of it, is starting obviously with the hoodie and pulling it back. The twist is kind of the trick to everything of these things. So going back and then doing a full twist of the whole thing like that, and then that gives you it kind of gives it a finish just without like knotting it. This one happens to have these little, which most hoodies do, little tie that runs through it, and so that works out really great because that actually is going to secure the hoodie in place. And I just did a little bow because that's going to get covered up, and then I pull up the whole shirt. I keep it as one, the front and the back, and pull that up. You can see the neck goes over and pull that, and then I kind of just bring the second piece of it back up, the bottom, and flip it. I mean, I go flat, go this way. I need to build up a little volume. I think my head is not shaped in a manner that skin tight works, so I need to build up. I've always envied my friends, that mostly black women, of course, that can do a nice tie. One of my friends does the most beautiful wraps and just spirals up, and it looks amazing. Not quite built for that, but this works. This is working pretty well because it gives me a little bit of volume. I feel like I got a pinhead So I'm going to bulk it up. And so then you're left, so I just do a little tuck underneath and then take the sleeves and again do a twist. You don't have to, but it gives it more of a purposeful look and a little decoration, I guess, a little texture. So I just twist it all the way down. And you can go over or under. I'm going to go over. Again, it's going to be a different look. Even the direction that you twist it is going to change. So it's just something to play with. But it's just, you know, the mother of necessity is the mother of invention. Yeah, I went rummaging looking for a scarf. I couldn't find one. So I'm like, oh, maybe this t-shirt will work. And good gosh, it's actually perfect. Better as a wrap than a shirt. So I'm going to come up, and for me, I'm going to do, again, another cross and then twist. And that kind of holds it in place, that little knot. And then you may have to twist again, or you can make that knot twisted. And then I'm going to find where I know I've got to secure that first wrap and go over that. And in the back, I'm going to just take the end of the sleeves, twist again, and then tuck either under the sleeve or under the whole, what I've created as a cap. Tuck it in. And honestly, it stayed secured yesterday all day. I mean, obviously you can put, at this point, you can put a pin or a clip or something that really holds it, but that is, that's kind of a wrap.